Peak Wealth Management proudly presents Finding True Wealth with certified financial planner Nick Hopwood and accredited investment fiduciary Jim Pilat. Nick and Jim believe by making simple, good financial decisions, you can retire with confidence. And now, let's turn it over to your hosts, Nick and Jim.
Welcome everyone to the Trust the Plan podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Jim.
Jim, it's summertime.
It is summertime.
Officially?
Long awaited. Yeah, we're ready for it.
Yeah, I think is it June 21st?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know what today's date is, but I'm assuming that by the time this hits the YouTube channel, we will be in summer, okay? By the way, speaking of YouTube, please like and subscribe and share. We appreciate it very much. Agreed. So what's going on here with summer? What's the transition look like here? What are you excited about?
You know, I'm just excited about the nice weather, being able to get outside, hit the lake a little bit, schedules slow down some. Even, we're of course here, we're available, but clients, they like to enjoy their summer too. So usually slows down a little bit around peak HQ, and that's good. We'll
let Ben, the intern, take care of the summer.
Yeah, he can handle it.
Summer hours.
Yeah.
So we moved out to the lake, enjoying the warm weather, getting some jet ski rides in, doing some sunsets. Preston's crashing the party here. How was the golf outing?
It was good.
Excellent. So what's our topic for today?
Today we are talking about tipping. Have you noticed lately how every time you go to a store, restaurant, wherever it is, they flip the iPad over, and what's it want you to do? Tip. Right? Mm-hmm. It just seems to us that maybe this has gotten a little bit out of control.
I agree. So I have a theory, okay? And I'm gonna blame it all on the company Square.
Okay.
Right? Because that's the company that provides all these local. They are the new cashier, right? Right. It used to be like they'd punch in the number and say that's $5, and then you give them $5, or you give them a credit card and they run it on the little machine. Now everyone uses Square, and they have these built-in tip suggestions, okay? And, it's like going to McDonald's. You don't traditionally tip, right? Well, now it's like you have to. I feel like I have to. I'm feeling pressure.
Right.
So, here's the other thing. This is a U.S. thing. In Europe, they don't have the same type of tipping that we have here, right? So it's kind of like a U.S. phenomenon, and it's getting leveled up, okay? So back in the day, it used to be 15% tip, right? Now it's 20% tip at a restaurant for full service. But those people are only making $2 an hour, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So if they make $2 an hour, we want to give them a good tip, especially if they do a good job, right?
Yeah, I don't think the point of this podcast is that we don't believe in tipping, right? We very much believe in rewarding people who earn their tip, who are providing great service, and who are doing a good job working hard. But I feel like you said, the environment that we've kind of gone into has changed that a little bit, whereas everybody thinks they get one now.
Yeah, and there's a fundamental shift where we've gone from only the $2 an hour full service waiter, waitress, servers get a tip, to just a cashier basically, or whatever. And they're making $15 an hour and getting tips, okay? So it's a fundamental shift, okay?
My wife was complaining the other day because when you go to order Starbucks through the app, it asks you to put the tip in at that time. So before you've even received any service or your product, they've already collected their tip.
Yeah.
And it just seems kind of backwards.
Yeah, that is an interesting point. That's a fundamental shift as well.
Yeah.
I have a story. One time we went to Five Guys, my wife and I and one of the kids, and the bill was $50 for 3 burgers, okay? And I was surprised, okay? And accidentally pushed a 15% tip button on the iPad, you say. And I was no. I'm I told the high school kid, I'm look, backspace, right? How do you undo it, okay? And he's I don't know how. I'm call the manager. I'm not giving this kid a $7 tip when he's already making.
Hand you a cup, you'll get your own pop.
Yeah, I gotta go get my own peanuts. I gotta get my own pop.
Right.
Gotta get my own ketchup.
Right.
So, look, I think the point is, we've seen a fundamental shift, but I will share my philosophy, okay? When I call for carry out, okay, I don't do like a 20% tip because I'm not getting full service. I don't do 15%. I do $1, okay? Like I'm gonna carry out like some Chinese food for $10. I'm gonna tip $1, okay?
Right.
You know, if it's 2 entrees, $2. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Here come the haters.
Yeah, I know, right? Turn off the comments.
We do have the comments turned off as the SEC requires.
Oh yeah, nothing to do with this topic, right?
Yeah. So if you want to comment, you can just send me a message direct, like through Redtail.
Right. There you go. Red tails speak. Yeah. You know where another reason I think that this fundamental shift has taken place is, I feel like I keep bringing up COVID, right? But think back to when we were going through COVID, and like you could, I mean, if somebody was there working and was able to help you, like it was almost like a thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. So during those times, I tipped the full on 20% because I'm like, these guys are working,
Right.
and if they weren't working, I wouldn't be getting this
There was nothing,
delicious pad thai,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So I gave them the full on tip, and I just changed my mind since then, you know.
But it's like anything, right? It's hard to go backwards, right? So they started collecting that tip as our thank you for being here, and next thing you know, we get it for everything,
Right.
right? I saw one, they said at the self-serve yogurt place, they're like, am I really expected to be tipped on that when I have to go get my cup, fill it up, put all the toppings on,
Yeah,
and just paying? So I'm literally tipping you for what? Ringing me up?
right.
You know,
Yeah,
it's just gone too far.
I agree. Well, we believe that we can provide education and guidance, help you build a plan you can trust, and so you can retire with peak confidence. If you'd like to speak, you can visit us at peakwm.com and set something up. Thank you.
You've been listening to certified financial planner Nick Hopwood and accredited investment fiduciary Jim Pilat on the Finding True Wealth podcast, sponsored by Peak Wealth Management. You can learn more about Peak Wealth Management by visiting peakwm.com or follow on Twitter at nhopwood1.